Hello, my name is Colin Rankine, head teacher at Homeschool Social Enterprise. Now, the Bible story today is about Jonah and the whale. Now, Jonah was a very, very good man. He was liked by everyone. He had a good relationship with God. He prayed and he enjoyed his life. But not everyone was like Jonah. There was another city not too far away, and the people there were very bad. Didn't believe in God, they didn't do what God told them to do, and didn't live by God's rules. Rules like being nice to people, not stealing, not doing things that you shouldn't do, and not telling lies. Now, Jonah was told by God, Jonah, I'm pleased with you, God said to him. Please go to this other place, this city called Nineveh, and tell the people that I'm not very happy with them. That in Nineveh, I want you to let them know who I am. That if they don't start understanding that they have to pray and worshipping me as their God, I am going to destroy their city. Now, Jonah was like, I'm okay. Why do I need to go all the way over there to tell them that? They know who you are, just like we do in this city. I'm not going over there. I don't like those people anyway. They're always up to no good. So God told Jonah, look, I've told you what to do and I expect you to do it. So Jonah says, oh, okay. So Jonah thought, I'm going to outthink God. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to get on a boat to go to this city called Nineveh. But when he got to the port, he really didn't want to go. So he jumped on a boat and he paid the captain to take him to a place which is completely in the opposite direction called Tahish. Now, he got onto the boat and he thought, yes, Tahish is in the other direction. I'll let God do what he needs to do, destroy the place. I don't want those people anyway. And he went down into the bottom of the boat and he made a nice little pillow and he bedded down to go to sleep. Nice and peaceful. I'll just wake up in Tahish and it'll all be over and I can go back home and God would have destroyed Nineveh. Now, the captain of the ship was quite happy to take Jonah's money and he didn't see anything wrong because Jonah hadn't told him the full story. So he set sail to go to Tahish as he has done many times before, and he had lots of cargo and he thought, well, I'm going to get well paid for this trip. Now, the minute he got out into the middle of the ocean in his boat, his ship, something strange happened. A strange storm started to blow. The wind kept swooshing around, around, and the waves kept coming over and over and bigger and bigger and bigger, and the ship started to go lower and lower and lower into the water. All the people on the boat were frantic. They were running around, trying to fix the sails, trying to bail the boat out, trying everything they could to keep the boat afloat. The captain said, look, men, we're going to have to pray. Whatever God it is, you need to pray. So they got out the little bells and the whistles and the stone gods and their images carved out of their pockets, and they started to pray to their different gods. And still, the wind went around, around, around the ship, and the waves got higher, higher, and higher, and the ship got lower and lower and lower. They didn't know what to do. The captain realised that even though they were praying, there was someone missing. So he went down to the bottom of the ship. And guess who he saw? There was Jonah, asleep. The captain says, "Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, Jonah! What are you doing sleeping? We're sinking! You need to wake up and pray to your God, whoever it is, because we're all going to die." And Jonah says, "Leave me alone. I want to sleep." The captain said, "Look, listen me. You need to get up and you need to pray." Jonah says, "Look, I'm not praying to my God because I'm running away from my God." "What are you running away from your God for?" "Well, I'm supposed to do something, I don't want to do it." The rest of the men heard what was going on and they didn't like it. So they all came down to Jonah and said, "Look, you need to get up and pray and you need to help us lest we're all going to die." And Jonah says, "Look, I'm not praying to my God. If you want to stop this ship from sinking, you're going to have to throw me overboard." And the captain was astonished. "You mean you want me to kill you? Throw you aboard? You'll drown. You'll die. I don't want to do that." But the rest of the crew on the ship said, "Look, let's face it, here's the reason why we're in this bad storm. We have to throw him overboard." And the captain said, "No, I'm not having this. I'm not being a part of this at all." Now, Jonah said, "Look, I'm not going to pray to my God. And if you want this storm to stop, and you want to save your ship, you're going to have to throw me overboard." And the captain said, "I can't do it. I'm not doing it." So they all went up. The captain said, "Lighten the load on the ship, throw everything over the deck." So the men said, "Look, we don't agree with what you're doing. We know why the storm's here. So this man he's asked us to throw him overboard. Let's do it. Whoops." The captain said, "No, I will not take this man's life, and I do not want him to get hurt." So they decided to lose the cargo because someone's life is a lot better than money and cargo and things. So overboard went all the goods, all the rice went over, all the bread went over, all the things, all the pots and cutlery went over to try and lighten the ship to get it up out the water. Now, once they'd thrown everything out the water, the storm was still blowing round and round and around. And the waves, they got higher and higher and higher. And the ship got lower and lower and lower in the water. And it started to sink. The crew went to the captain and said, "Look, we understand your position, but this is not our fight. Jonah's down there. He's obviously done something to annoy his God. He needs to deal with this by himself. We can't save him. We will all die unless he starts to speak to his God." So the captain said, "Oh, look, okay, we're going to sink. There's nothing else I can do. I have to look at everybody else's life, not just one person." So they got Jonah, they carried him up from the bottom of the ship and said, "Look, we love you, but we're going to have to throw you overboard. You're going to have to deal with your own God with this, okay? We're sorry, but whoop, gone." And Jonah sank down into the water, and down into the water, and down into the water, and down into the water. Now, the minute his head disappeared into the water, the storm stopped. It was peaceful. Not a sound. The wind stopped blowing. The sea went calm, and the boat started to float nicely. Everyone on the ship was relieved that they wasn't going to die. They'd lost their cargo, and they had to throw someone overboard, which they didn't like. They were unhappy about it. But God knew Jonah, and God didn't want Jonah to die. So God sent a big whale. And as Jonah was sinking into the water, this big, huge whale came and gobbled him up. And Jonah went, "Whew, I thought I was going to drown then. Whew, but where am I? Inside this big whale." Oh. Now, after 3 days, been stuck in this dark, smelly whale's belly. It was big, but it was dark, it was smelly, it was horrible. Jonah started to think of all the good things that God had done for him. And Jonah started to think, maybe it wasn't so bad to go and see the people of Nineveh. To just let them know. It's just a message, isn't it? To let them know that the God that he serves loves them and wants them to behave. So Jonah prayed. He got down on his knees and put his hands together and said, "Lord God, please, I will go to Nineveh, but get me out of the belly of this whale. I don't want to be here anymore. I will do what you said, and I'm so sorry for not listening to you." And God thought, what am I going to do with this Jonah? You know what? I'm going to forgive him and give him a second chance. So God instructed the big, huge whale to go to the shore and release Jonah. So one day, on the third day, the big mouth opened of this whale and Jonah marched out, ready to do God's work. He went to the town of Nineveh because the whale dropped him exactly where he should be, and he went to the square and started to preach to the people of Nineveh to say, "Look, I've had a really horrible journey, and you really got to listen to what I got to say. The God that you keep ignoring is not good. You need to listen to him because he's not happy, and he's a fearful God, but he's a loving God, and he's not happy what you're doing. You are going to have to change your ways. You people are being nasty to each other. You're murdering and killing each other. You're doing things that you shouldn't do. You know that the lives that you're living are bad. Change your ways. Because if you don't, my God has told me that he loves you, but he's going to destroy your city or flatten it. And he can do it because he's powerful. He's a strong God." Now, the people of Nineveh listened to Jonah, thinking, he's a bit stinky. But you know what? He's from that other city down the road, and they live a lot better lives than us. So if we do what they're doing, listening to God, then maybe we will be spared this iniquity, this sin that's around us, or these bad ways, saying wicked things and not being nice to each other. So the people in Nineveh listened to Jonah and said, Jonah, we're going to do what your God said. So they asked God for forgiveness. They said, God, please forgive us. We worship you. We will start living by your rules. We'll start being nice to each other. We'll stop doing things that you've told us not to do. And we'll show the love that you've given us, and we'll show it to other people. Being nice to our neighbours, being nice to people that we meet who we don't know, and generally trying to do kind things, doing the right things at the right time. God listened to these people's prayers, and Jonah sat outside the city waiting, because he didn't really believe that they'd actually listened to him. And as he waited for the city to be destroyed, God told Jonah, well done. I'm happy that you listened to me, and these people have changed their way. And thank you for doing what I've asked you to do eventually. So the city of Nineveh was saved. They didn't get destroyed. And Jonah didn't drown because they listened to what God had told them. That is the story, the end of Jonah and the Whale. Now, join us again for our Bible time, for our Bible stories here at Homeschool Social Enterprise. Now, if you would like one of our little pocket Bibles, please have an adult email me, Colin Rankine, Head Teacher at Homeschool Social Enterprise, and I will send you one of these for free. On page 52 has the Lord's Prayer. You build your relationship with God and watch Him do wonderful things for you too. God bless you. See you again for Bible time at Homeschool Social Enterprise. Take care now. Bye-bye.